India has suspended the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan after the Pahalgam attack. India did this because we were told the Modi government doesn't believe that blood and water can flow together. The idea is to put pressure and make the people of Pakistan suffer just as much as the people of our great nation suffer when our brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers are snatched from us because of cross-border terror. Viewers, after Pahalgam, India has choked trade between India and Pakistan. India did this because Modi government told us that trade and terror can't mix. That the people who did this, Pahalgam viewers, who snatched the sindoor, can't be rewarded. Viewers, India scaled back diplomatic ties with Pakistan. India did this because talks and terror can't go together. There can be no equality between India and Pakistan because morally we were told by the Modi government we are on different planes entirely. How can you validate a government that is sworn to terror? But even before the pain of Pahalgam has subsided, we are being informed that India and Pakistan will play hockey and cricket matches with each other. Can you believe it, viewers? The tears haven't dried. There has been no justice. Indo-Pak hockey and cricket fixtures have been announced. Pak hockey team to participate in the Asia Cup tournament in Bihar's Rajgir. FIH Men's Junior World Cup in Tamil Nadu's Madurai. Asia Cup 2025 schedule has been finalized. India versus Pakistan clash has been set for the 7th of September. These announcements have been made within hours of an embarrassing flip-flop over banning Pakistan YouTubers. First, the government did make them visible in our country. Then, over 24 hours later, they put the ban back after there was public outrage. If blood and water and trade and terror can't go together, then how can blood and bat, viewers, flow together? How can sport and blood go together? India shouldn't be rewarding Pakistan's perfidy. What will the widows of Pahalgam think? Let's show those visuals again, viewers. What will the braves of Bharat, who sacrificed their lives to punish terroristan, think? The Indian government equates Pakistan to a terror state. And viewers, that's why I juxtaposed two visuals. One, the widows of Pahalgam. And on the other side, viewers, these two men, the pontiffs of that terror state, who plot terror on a daily basis. And there's no reason for us to believe that their views have changed. Then why is India reducing the stature of the Indian team by forcing it to share a stage with terror apologists? There can be no equivalence between India and a Pakistan that exports terror and doesn't respect rules of civilized engagement. Would you ever fraternize with the person who snatched the sindoor of your daughter? Viewers, this is what we were told by EAM Dr. Shivshankar himself. He said, viewers, would you ever invite somebody to your home who has just murdered your brother or your sister? No, viewers. So why are these Pakistanis being invited here? Viewers, there is no equivalence to be drawn with Pakistan. Not on a diplomatic stage, not on a 70mm screen, not on a sports field, never, ever. The Indian government must not hide behind technicalities. The global sporting body rules don't allow bilateral disputes to be settled on multilateral platforms. That's what we are being told. Viewers, just why are we trying to please these Western international bodies? Who are these, viewers? Are these Western countries rule-abiding? Do they have squeaky clean morals? Do they even unilaterally, unconditionally support India? No. But viewers, we must pay attention to their rules. Why? Strong states don't let rules dictate. Instead, viewers, they set them to suit their interests. Remember that, viewers. If you're a strong state, set the rules of the game and make sure that the rules are in your favor. These Western bodies, viewers, these multilateral institutions, what have they ever done for India? What has the UNSC done for India? What has the UNGA done for India? Have they given us back POK? Have they recognized our claim? No. Viewers, what do they call it? Oh, this is, contested territory. Equivocation. Viewers, have they sanctioned Pakistan? No. They give loans to Pakistan, these multilateral Western bodies, viewers, by the billions. It's not a joke. Viewers, terror attacks on our soil are not a joke, and the Indian government should not reduce them to a joke. I just hope better sense prevails. I'm told that this call has been taken to invite these hockey players, viewers, from Pakistan. I mean, can you imagine? These chaps will be playing in Bihar, etc., where so many people have lost their lives because of the butchery of the Pakistani state, the perfidy of the Pakistani state. Are we going to clap for them? I just don't understand it, viewers. It's a slap across the face of every Indian. Here we were thinking, viewers, that one of these days we'll get POK back. But what are we getting back, viewers? We're getting back these misbegotten Pakistanis who abuse us every day, who sit on the floors and they read the namaz, thanking God that they defeated India on the sports field in front of our faces and say they've won a jihad. That is the people that we are bringing, viewers, to play with. I just hope better sense prevails, viewers. I just want to quickly bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan and ask him a couple of questions on this. Dr. Ranganathan, look, I didn't want to make this a big jhamela by calling 10, 12 people and, having this powwow because it gets us nowhere. I know that the government will not send their spokesperson. So what's the point? But I just want to ask you, am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? I mean, the ink hasn't dried on the death certificates that have been issued to the relatives of those who saw their own being killed before their eyes. And what are we doing? We're inking pacts with Pakistanis so that they can come here and provide them security so they can play in our country and mock these deaths, these grievance.
Yeah, good evening, Rahul. No, you're not overreacting at all. The way I see this is there are three issues here. Number one, I disagree with those who say politics should not enter sports. Of course, politics is of many hues, but I'm talking of one that takes a principled, moral, ethical stand, not a tit for tat like what the USA and the Soviet Union indulged in by boycotting the Olympics back in the 1980s for the Afghanistan and the Grenada invasions respectively. Rahul, tell me, did we trade with apartheid South Africa for 40 years? At that time, one of the richest economies? No. Even though the guardians of human rights, America and Britain did. Did we play cricket with South Africa for 40 years even though England did? So why didn't we? Because we took a principled, moral, ethical stand. We took a political decision. We didn't consider all the whites of South Africa as evil. In fact, we eulogized Dr. Christian Barnard and Nadine Gordimer. We were against their government and establishment. The same is the case with Pakistan. Number two, Rahul, perhaps the only time I'm prepared to believe in bad karma is when I see the kind of neighbor we have in Pakistan. The entire edifice of this nation is founded upon hatred for Hinduism and Hindustan, principally because it has always been run by scheming charlatans filled with supremacist notions of religious brotherhood. Leave aside 4 wars or Mumbai blasts or 26/11 or Pulwama or Pahalgam. Remember their death by 1,000 cuts preamble? They're not going to change. But we must. We cannot have anything bilateral to do with this terror state unless it changes its spots. Number 3. But when it comes to international forums, be it sports or political, we cannot avoid interaction with this rogue state without being hypocritical about it on 2 counts. Number 1. that we continue to, in international forums, interact with other rogue states and dictatorships like China and North Korea and many Middle Eastern nations that sponsor terror, including Palestine. And B, if we boycott an international cricket or hockey tournament where Pakistan is participating, then why don't we participate? Why do we in fact participate in Olympics or Asian Games where Pakistan is also participating? Why did we participate in the Cricket World Cups and win it? Is that not hypocritical of our moral and ethical stand of not interacting with Pakistan? Or let us take a principled stand and not participate in any international forum that also involves Pakistan. But personally, that would be to our needless detriment. But as far as bilateral meetings are concerned, I am resolute. We need to teach them a lesson, because a lesson not given is a lesson not learned. And finally, on those so-called armchair holier-than-thou activists out here, when Russia attacks Ukraine, ban ordinary Russians from football tournaments and singing contests. But when Pakistan attacks India, kills our Jawans, launches terror attacks on our soil, hey, come on, be sensible. Allow ordinary Pakistanis to play cricket and act and sing in Indian films.
Viewers, let me tell you, I'm summing this up. In this country, for years altogether, there is this abiding belief, abiding faith in the goodness of the ordinary Pakistani, that we need to separate the Pakistan state from the Pakistani people, as if the Pakistani people are angels and their state is depraved. Viewers, to all those Aman Ki Asha brigades, and I'm sure that there are now some sitting even in government, this is the biggest mistake you're making. Let me ask 3 questions and I'll prove it, viewers. Where do the terrorists come from who are recruited for jihad? They come from that same society, viewers, that same pool of noble Pakistanis. Where do, viewers, the cricketers come from? Those same cricketers who read the namaz when they defeat India, look up to God and say, we won a jihad. They also come from that same pool, viewers, of noble Pakistanis, peace-loving Pakistanis. And where do those pool of YouTubers, actors, pop stars that we invite and that we idolize and we go and see their movies, attend their concerts, where do they come from, viewers? They are abusing us the whole day on their handles. They don't have the guts to stand up to their own terror state. Where do they come from, viewers? They also come from within the Pakistani society, the peacefuls, viewers. There is no distinction. There is no distinction between that garrison town in Abbottabad, Rawalpindi, the great streets, culverts of Lahore, where you get, viewers, if you go, apparently, free rides and free food. You know what? They fatten you, viewers, before they come and slay you. They are jealous of our country. And viewers, by legitimizing them constantly, by giving them the benefit of doubt, we are rewarding their behavior. We should end this, end the confusion in our minds. And then, viewers, the policy will also be clear of its cobwebs. But I want to move on, viewers, because I think a lot has been said. We're going to wait for the government's reaction. I just hope, viewers, that they resile on these decisions like they did on the YouTube nonsense. Let's move on, viewers. And I want to tell you about a stunning and shocking story. And it cuts to the heart of political hypocrisy in our country. Rahul Gandhi bangs on about haq for Dalits, he says. Haq for the most unempowered in this country. He vows to count each and every Dalit so that they can qualify for receiving the state's resources. But in the very state where his party ruled and where a caste consensus is being conducted, CCTV footage has emerged that casts a long shadow on that promise, viewers. The footage reveals how government enumerators are affixing survey completed stickers on a household of a Dalit, supposedly, without even having spoken to the person or family residing there. Viewers, I saw on social media that some people timed the duration it took to paste this sticker to say survey completed. And viewers, it came to about 10 seconds. And on social media, viewers, people are saying that even Blinkit's home delivery takes about 15 minutes. Here the surveys are being completed, viewers, in 10 seconds without even speaking to the people who are living in these houses. The state government's critics point out that in several instances the stickers have been pasted on homes belonging to Brahmins and other denominations. In fact, stickers have been pasted on bikes, shutters and tea stalls. So all these characters have been given a bunch of stickers and they are going to the closest inanimate object and sticking them, and they'll go back to the office and say, sir, these are the number of stickers we stuck them, these are the number of Dalits, these are the number of so and so, these are the number of this and that. Yes, viewers, civic bodies SC caste census has sparked a massive outrage over execution. CCTV exposes enumerators pasting stickers without a survey, QR coded SC stickers, Dalit stickers, Scheduled Caste stickers pasted without talking to the residents, bike shutters, tea stalls, Brahmin homes marked in the survey. Residents have called the civic body out for public tagging. Launched on June 23, this survey covers 101 so-called SC communities. Why am I using the word so-called, viewers? Because we don't know. BJP calls it a bogus exercise, demands an explanation. Viewers, Ashok Gowda, BJP spokesperson in the state, says in areas like Girinagar, BTM layout, Shantinagar, they are sticking the stickers even for a Brahmin's house, a Vokaligga's house, a Lingayat's house, an OBC house, or even a minority house. What will be the authenticity of this survey? What is this survey going to bring out? Unquote, viewers. The charge is being rejected by the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister very casually says, if that's the case, enroll online. Is there any problem in enrolling online? You can enroll online or when they come home. There are so many ways to enroll. We accept it, unquote. Viewers, it is that same hua to hua mindset. So what? Viewers, if you're going to the most disenfranchised, do you think they have laptops, phones, computers, etc. that they can do these surveys online? This is, of course, not the first time the Congress has pulled a fast one, as some have accused it over the issue. Viewers, the National SECC 2011 survey was also carried out. UPA initiated the socio-economic and caste census, but the caste data was never officially released. Then, 2015 Karnataka Social and Educational Survey. Again, it was Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, in 2015, viewers. He's come back to power. And that government conducted a caste survey under commission headed by Justice G.S. Narayanan. The data has never been officially released because it was full of errors, and I'm not saying it, the Congress party's leading lights said it. May 2024, under Siddaramaiah-led Congress government, the 2015 caste data survey details come out in public, but Chief Minister doesn't take ownership. No, you see, a lot of money was spent, viewers, crores, hundreds of crores. Now, in 2025, fresh caste survey has been ordered. Viewers, the question is, do Dalits not count for the Congress, pun intended? For a party that never misses a chance to weaponize social justice rhetoric, this incident would, some would say, lay bears completely its hollow posturing. If even SC households, supposedly the very people Congress claims to champion, can be bypassed with such bureaucratic callousness, what credibility does Rahul Gandhi's promise hold? Dalits deserve dignity, not tokenism. Let's open this up, viewers. Let's get straight questions in. Akashdeep Muni, the resident research specialist, professor of DU, would know statistics like the back of his hand. Sir, do you think this kind of a survey is enumerating Dalits, or is it reducing them to a statistic? Is it, sir, let me ask you very point blank tonight.
Yes, sir.
A clean and clear message to the Dalits that they don't count for the Congress party. Who are you kidding? 10 seconds and a sticker on a bike, on a shutter.
See, Rahulji, it is so easy for non-researchers to clearly say that ये तो research fake है. But this particular research, I want to tell you, is peer-reviewed by none other than IIM Bangalore Gokhale Institute. It is a no apolitical organization. I also want to tell you that this has been conducted by the Karnataka State Commission for Backward Classes, which is an autonomous constitutional body. So when you're questioning them, you're questioning the autonomy of these bodies.
Right.
I want to also tell you that 1.6 lakh enumerators, it means that collectors of the respondents has been involved in this case, who are non-government people, who are apolitical people. And still you question the veracity of the survey.
Right.
What is the questioning? What BJP says?
No,
Karnataka BJP
you
Vijayendra
are
says.
asking me, so I'm asking you, sir, what do these visuals tell you? मैंने तो आपसे कुछ ये नहीं पूछा कि भाई what is the BJP telling you or not. I'm not asking. I'm saying what do these visuals? These are peer reviewed stickers.
See, whenever now listen. My good friend Dr. Saab knows it that when a validation takes place, after pre-validation only the survey is done.
Right.
And when after pre-validation the survey is done, if this particular there is an anomaly in the survey, it will be listed in the limitations of the survey.
Okay.
Why this particular anomaly is so much blown out of proportion to write off the whole survey?
Okay.
When
Because
sir,
the history, the hard facts, and I always bring the viewers to the hard facts, viewers, so that you can separate the wheat from the chaff. And what am I telling you, viewers? That 2 other surveys have been buried because of these anomalies. They've never been released. And you know who's paying for them? It's the taxpayer. 600 crores have been spent on these surveys by some account, viewers. And these people are today saying, don't question autonomous bodies. They question the Supreme Court. They question, viewers, the EC, the ED, the CBI. तब इनको बड़ी चिंता नहीं होती about the reputation of these autonomous bodies. Now they are all very worked up. Oh, how should we? Please don't. And you see, the last survey, viewers, was conducted by a commission headed by Justice G.S. Narayanan. And that data has also not been released because there are so many. I'm not saying it. The Chief Minister himself is saying it was riddled with all sorts of inaccuracies. His own deputy, who wants his seat and job, said that they made a fool out of everybody. The Lingayats and the Vokaliggas are upset. This is peer-reviewed, viewers, Congress style. You know who the peer are? I'll tell you who the peer are, viewers. Paid agents who are going out there, sticking stickers, they are peer reviewing. I just want you to come in, Mr. Bhandari. You are picking, they say, 1 or 2 exceptions to make a generalization to discredit a very well-intended survey. Can you answer that question that Professor Muni has put?
Rahul, I speak from an experience of having done data analysis for more than a decade. Please look at the visual very carefully. All is happening in a deliberate manner. Even the private company, the Congress party, has outsourced this survey, which the IIM Bangalore did not consent to do so, knows that the political boss of getting this survey conducted, which is Mr. Siddaramaiah and Rahul Gandhi, does not believe in giving dignity to the Dalit. They believe in corruption. This entire survey exercise by the Congress party is a means and mechanism, A, to exclude the genuine Dalit voters, B, underrepresent the Dalit, C, also use it for minting money for their party coffers.
You're saying it's an exercise in corruption?
Yes.
On
Because
what basis are you saying
I
this?
will tell you, 160 crore plus money was spent in the earlier survey, which was junk. What happened? It was taxpayers' money. 2011, the entire survey was done. More than 5,000 crore money was spent. The data was not released. Where did the money go? Who are these companies who are taking it? Why are there no checks and balances? Is this how a survey is done, where the voter is also not included? And I will question the intent of the Congress party, because Congress traditionally has been anti-Dalit. They've done they have done the Valmiki scam, where they diverted the money which belonged to the Dalits and went into the minority community. The only intention of the Congress party is to over-represent the minority, which is their vote bank. This is why in the last survey, they represented 4%, minority is 8%, where there was huge furor, they had to do the survey again. I again question the intent. Rahul, please look at the visual. This private company guy is not even bothering to ask the Dalit voter. Why is he doing so?
We don't
because
even
he
know
knows.
if this is a Dalit home. Do we know
Absolutely
this is a Dalit
yes.
home? I don't know if this is a Dalit home.
I agree with you. Let's hypothetically imagine it's a Dalit home, because they're saying that they're doing it for the Dalits. But the person even uploads it on the app. And then there is also no counter check, because all of them know the app is a means to mint money. There is a cut which has gone to the Chief Minister's office.
Wow.
The entire private company which is doing so, there is a cut to the Chief Minister's office. This is why they're doing it again and again and again. Because for Rahul Gandhi, caste survey is a means and a mechanism only for
Professor
a political
Muni
vote bank.
cashing in on Dalits. That's what's happening here. And it is not, this is not
Is
the
it just
first
Karnataka?
instance.
Rahul, 10 seconds, I'll
Valmiki.
complete. Even in Telangana, they had underrepresented the OBC community initially.
That is
You had
true.
seen
Then they
what
had
had
to-
happened in the
Then
Telangana
they had
survey.
to resile on that Telangana survey also. So there are instances. In fact, I should have included that, but I didn't, because I said let it just be about
This is
Karnataka.
betrayal.
Okay.
This is
So
Rahul
hold on a
Gandhi
second.
keeping Baba
Let him
Saheb
respond.
Bhimrao Ambedkar on his feet.
Let him respond. Let him respond. Yes. Mr. Muni.
Now, Rahul ji,
Yes, sir.
BJP should be the last party in this country who can say that they support Dalit. They are by default, by gender, जब से पैदा हुए हैं तब से एंटी दलित है.
अरे जब तुम पैदा नहीं हुए तब भाजपा पैदा हुई. अभी 60% SC/ST जो है ना वो केंद्र मंत्रालय में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए.
Rhetoric is not going to count.
Factually
No, one
counter करो
second,
हमें.
Professor Muni, 1 second. This is hard facts. The show.
Give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. You know, BJP MLA Gyan Singh Ahuja, who sprinkled Ganga Jal in temple in Alwar after Dalit Congress leader Tikaram Juli went there. VK Singh in 2015 said that
FIR हो गई भैया.
There are one second. There are prejudice. No, 1 second. There are prejudice. 1 second, sir. There are prejudice people all around. I can recount several Congress MLAs who are Muslims who have done exactly the opposite in a way. So let's not
Now see, a
generalize.
data
I want
analyst
hard
shifted
facts.
the argument.
I
He's
want
not able to
hard
speak
facts.
on the
I
survey.
want hard facts.
This is a
I
show
want
which
you
believes
to-
in
1
facts.
second, sir, please. Gentlemen, I just want to bring in Dr.
Please,
Ranganathan. I want to bring in Mr. Abbas. Let's talk facts, viewers. I brought you facts. I brought you, Dr. Ranganathan, 3 instances where the Congress conducted a survey, failed the smell test, money wasted, 6,000 crores, taxpayer money, no accountability. We haven't seen the surveys. They haven't been implemented. And now we have another, well, at least on the face of it, Dr. Ranganathan, it appears that this is again going the same way. I'm not going to judge on the basis of 1 or 3 instances, but still.
Look, Rahul, because my good friend Professor Muni has asked very authoritative questions, authoritatively, let me turn to a couple of things that he has said. Number one, he has accused you of doubting the autonomy of the commission, SC/ST Commission of Karnataka, that is conducting the survey, because he's saying doubting their veracity is doubting the autonomy. By the same logic, I would like to ask Dr. Muni and everyone from the Indie Alliance, do they not believe that the Election Commission is autonomous? Why do they then doubt the authenticity and the work of Election Commission then?
Because the election commissioner, the process of choosing the election commissioner is changed by Bharatiya Janata Party deliberately.
Okay.
Changed?
Moving the
No,
One second. What was the old process? What was the
Who
old
used to do it?
process? Excuse me.
For 70
What
years,
was the
how
old
did the Congress
process?
do it?
Akashdeep Muni, what was the old process?
change कर दिया.
What was the old process?
Obviously लोग शक करेंगे.
Okay, I'll tell you what the old process was, viewers.
How was Naveen Chawla selected?
Yes, I'll tell you the old process. The old process. I'm not saying this one is, by the way, viewers, and I think Dr. Ranganathan will also agree. I don't think that this particular process inspires much more confidence. But the old process was a complete in-house job.
Complete.
Let me tell you, there was not even the pretense of putting an LOP.
Yes.
It was a cabinet recommendation and that was it. Wasn't it, Doctor? So,
No, it was older process.
What is
was
he saying?
the
Older process.
वो
Congress for
बताओ ना.
70 years only had Sonia Gandhi loyalists as election commissioner and made election commissioners ministers in Sonia Gandhi's cabinet. What is he
one
saying?
second.
Why did you remove the chief justice from
Okay,
the?
no,
Bhaiya,
one
that-
second.
allow me a 10 second.
This guy is completely without facts, viewers. That was a recommendation in a judgment made by the Supreme Court that please set up a panel that also
So 5
includes the
seconds.
Chief Justice of India.
1 second.
That was not considered. 1 second, sir. That was not considered. The process before that, and it was the process where, viewers, very simply, the cabinet decided who would be the chief election commissioner and the other election commissioners. So you had a situation where election commissioners who were extremely supposedly upright, Dr. Ranganathan even went on to contest elections or become ministers in Congress cabinets, viewers, and for the Congress party. That is what was going on. Yes,
Not
Doctor.
not only that, see, that's why I'm saying all it takes is 5 seconds to expose the hypocrisy. Not only were the chief election commissioners, when they retired from their job, were given tickets by the Congress. In fact, at that point of time, a present chief election commissioner wrote to the president submitting an 80-page affidavit saying that one of the election commissioners is spying for the Congress.
There you go.
Please remove him. And what did the president do? Just before the 2009 election, the president made him the chief election commissioner, Mr. Naveen Chawla. और ये कह रहे हैं देखो पहले क्या होता था, ओल्डर क्या मोहनजोदड़ो तक पहुंच गए. Anyway, let me come back to the issue because एक बार hypocrisy expose कर दी, ज्यादा नहीं करना चाहता, because he's a very dear friend of mine. But because he knows so much about caste surveys, I want to ask him, Is it not a fact, Dr. Muni, that in 2015, almost the entire population of Karnataka was surveyed? Almost 60 million people were surveyed. Did you even know that? 170 crore money of the exchequer was spent on it. आप मुझे ये बता दीजिए आपके अलायंस पार्टनर ने वो रिपोर्ट रिलीज क्यों नहीं करी? Give me one reason why. I'm asking you.
See, Ranganathan ji, I just want to tell you one thing. Just if there is some report release नहीं हुई तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि ना ये सर्वे गलत हो गया.
सर वो तो खुद ही कह रहे हैं. That's why we are having another survey, sir. Please spare us, sir. Spare us, sir. आज तो
थोड़ा एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स.
Okay, Mr. Abbas. Let me bring in Mr. Abbas. Okay, आज थोड़ा.
And this particular survey
Today, Professor
Rahul,
Saab.
5 seconds before Syed can come.
Okay.
This is Congress exposing Congress here.
What do you mean?
This is Imran Masood today. In a podcast, he said that Rahul Gandhi's allegations on election commission are fraudulent. He had no problem with the election commission.
Are you serious?
Yes, this is Imran Masood. Yes, this is Imran Masood. I can quote. I can play it.
Rahul, this is the triple
बैठा हुआ था.
Rahul, this is the triple
just one second,
हमारे
one
एजेंट को
second,
ये
one at
पता
a
था
time.
कि कब कौन सी मशीन आएगी, कौन सा नंबर, क्योंकि सारा डेटा हमने पहले ले लिया था. अब हर आदमी इतनी तैयारी के साथ बैठ नहीं पाता बेचारा. थोड़ा फिर भी आप तकनीकी रूप से आगे. मेरे इस गांव के अंदर मैंने अपने एजेंट को सबको 5 दिन वो दी थी. मेरा एक गांव उठा लीजिए, उस गांव के अंदर मेरे टेंटेटिव वोट इतने आएंगे. मुझे पता है, हर पॉलिटिकल आदमी को पता होता है.
He is exactly saying that he knew exactly where the votes are coming from and he has no problem with the election commission.
Okay,
this
Dr.
is Imran
Ranganathan.
Masood, right hand of Rahul Gandhi, exposing him.
Dr. Ranganathan has another point. Yes.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. When things don't go according to you, you keep on regurgitating the same thing again. Now, this is the current Chief Minister of Karnataka on record saying that he didn't want a new survey because he's doing it because the High Command wants it. Look at this.
When the honorable court.
Okay, one second, Mr. Abbas. Let me bring in Mr. Abbas, please.
Suspicion in the survey.
Professor
and still
Saab.
you question the survey.
Professor
So,
Saab, it's your government. You should have released the survey. No one is stopping you from releasing the survey. But then why didn't the Karnataka government release the survey if it is an okay survey?
नफरत क्यों है?
Okay, viewers, this is bizarre. The state government conducts the survey. 1 minute. The state government conducts. 1 second. Okay, sir, you can abuse Golwalkar, you can call Veer Savarkar a coward. It doesn't make a difference to this argument. The point is, viewers. Okay, please, I'll have to lower your fader. Please, sir, give Mr. Abbas his due. We have 5 minutes on the show.
Alliance. This is exactly India Alliance.
For God's
Mr.
sakes.
Abbas not getting his due by a member of the India Alliance.
Can you
This is
believe
how they
it?
behave. This is what they are
उनको भी
exposed
तो
on
बोलने
camera.
दो सर, वो थोड़े पढ़ लिख के आए हैं. Unlike you, who has not today come with research. Usually you're very top of the game. I understand. Today maybe you didn't get the time.
But
It's
he's
okay.
close
1
aid
minute,
of AAP.
Mr. Abbas, I want to ask you. I want to ask you this: by bypassing with such bureaucratic callousness Dalits and their homes, and going around town sticking survey of Dalit homes completed on bikes and shutters, are you reducing Dalits to mere check boxes, just statistics?
I will answer that, Rahul Sahab.
Please.
Yes. Thank you for the time, sir. Firstly, I had the patience of listening to all my friends for the last 30 minutes. Kindly allow me just a minute's time. This happened closer home to me. The areas mentioned is where I reside here in Bengaluru. And I, as a citizen of this country, as a Kannadiga, I am furious today that such a discrepancy was followed. The fact of the matter, I believe that there should be a strict action on this front. And the last news that I heard is all three of them involved here, Mr. Pedda, Mr. Sendil Kumar and Mr. P. Ramesh, all of them have been suspended. I think a mere suspension is not enough. The agency involved, I think they must be blacklisted and rusticated. Also, Mr. Sidramaya, our Honorable Chief Minister, has come out in the open. Those surveys which have been missed or flawed can also enroll online. The fact of the matter, I plead to all the gentlemen here today that one CCTV footage does not mean that the rest of the 99% survey is completely bogus. Let us give the benefit of doubt to the Congress party and let us ensure that there are better measures taken here so that they do not repeat this mistake and such a callous attitude should not be held. I truly believe that the Honorable Chief Minister is answerable to all the crores of Kannadigas in the beautiful state of Karnataka. You're also Kannadiga, Rahul Saab, and this should not be repeated whatsoever. I believe if there is responsibility, there needs to be accountability, and accountability holds power today. So therefore, it is important to show the mirror to the ruling dispensation here. And yes, if आबादी जितनी आबादी उतना हक, सही बात है, सत्य बात है. I think Rahul Gandhi should lead here and follow, and no such mistake should ever take place.
Can I, on a lighter note, just ask you one question? Every time we talk about any locality in Karnataka, you always happen to be living very close to it, sir. आपके कितने घर हैं?
I do.
Abbas साहब.
I do, Rahul Sahab.
Every time we debate something, there's an incident in North Karnataka. You are living next to that place. South Karnataka, you are there. Bengaluru में तो वहाँ पर भी. तो sir, you have more properties than a lot of other people, which are entitled to have.
2 seconds, can I come in, please?
Okay.
My dear,
And I
no,
have
Rahul,
done decently well for
Rahul,
myself.
Yes, no,
The
no,
entire-
God bless,
my
God
friend
bless,
is
God
testimony
bless,
to the fact.
God bless,
No,
sir, God bless.
And then my friend is testimony
Abbas
to my assets.
Abbas ji, there is one fallacious logic which you have taken forward. At this moment, in the eye of the public, the entire process is discredited. So it is your hypothesis that 99% of the survey has happened correctly. You need to...
100% had we not come across
No,
this
no,
CCTV
Rahul, my
footage.
point is this is just one of the footage. What is the guarantee that this is not happening at multiple other places? They need to release footages from multiple other places to prove that this is just an errand. I believe this is a norm which is happening. This is just one thing which has exposed it.
Okay.
I will answer that. I will answer that.
Yeah.
The fact of
Let
the
him
matter,
answer.
my
Let
dear
him
friend
answer.
Bhandari,
Yeah.
my dear friend Bhandari has brought this out. Yes, respected sir, if the Bharatiya Janata Party in my state of Karnataka has more CCTV footage, if you had, you would have put all of them out. You got only one.
अरे हम कहाँ हैं भैया, हम होम मिनिस्टर नहीं है.
Okay.
हम कैसे हमने
Okay.
थोड़ी
Let me-
निकाला
let me
है.
bring in-
DK शिव कुमार जी के करीबी ने लीक किया होगा ये शायद से.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan raising his hand, and then we need to move on, viewers. Yes.
Very quickly, couple of points. So look at the double standards of my very good friend Abbas. He says just because one CCTV footage has come, please do not tarnish the entire exercise with a brush. That one CCTV footage was of Chandigarh mayor elections as well. But you tarnish the entire election commissioner for decades. Number two, I do not see the point of tom-tomming this caste survey when already the government has announced that the census is going to do the exercise.
Yes.
Now, it is an 80-year-old organization. It is trusted by everyone across the world. Let it do the survey. What was the hurry for this?
No, because
accept
that's the
hurry
whole
for
point.
Paisa.
That's the whole point. Let me hazard a guess, Dr. Ranganathan, and correct me if I'm wrong. That is because they will then have two parallel sets of data.
Yeah.
And they will say, see, center is not
Correct.
doing the right thing by the
Correct.
Dalits. They are undercounting Dalits. Look how many Dalits here in our survey. Because if you're sticking, viewers, Dalit survey, home surveyed stickers on bikes, then those are counted also. So the Dalit population in the state of Karnataka will reach 50%, and in the government centers census, it might be 22 or 23 or whatever percent, and they'll say, see, Dalits are being cheated. Because this is a game, I presume. I don't know. I'm completely here shooting
Makes sense.
from the hip. But I don't know. Why are we duplicating all of this? Clearly, there is a lack of trust in some organizations. The same organizations that are autonomous at the center are not trusted, but the ones in the state are trusted. Professor Muni says, "Aise mat kara karo, galat baat nahi karna." Don't abuse autonomous institutions. Dr. Muni will be back with us in a few days saying something about the EC. I'll remind him of this statement. I'll tell Director Saab to keep a clip ready. Director Saab, आज की debate का ये clip आप ज़रूर रख लीजिएगा. We'll bring. Thank you. I've been just told in my ear that they will do it. So we will present. And Abbas Saab will also keep your clip because you now happen to live very close to these areas. So we will ask next time where you live.
Many areas across the
Okay.
country, not just Karnataka.
Okay, viewers, see, there are other stories, and this one is so shocking. I can't even begin to understand why, viewers, there was a protest in the first place. I mean, no patriotic Indian would be taking out a protest of this kind. It's a shocking turn of events in Kerala. Widespread protests have erupted demanding the reinstatement of a university official suspended for cancelling a Bharat Mata depiction during an event. Now, that is a depiction of Bharat Mata. The suspension, issued for blatantly undermining the most visible symbol of India's civilizational heritage and unity, should have drawn condemnation. Instead, there's a brazen push for its revocation, viewers. They want that same person who removed this picture, that person's suspension should be revoked. The irony couldn't be more glaring. The same ideological quarters now protesting this action were recently seen mourning the death of terrorists like Nasrallah. whose stated mission was the balkanization of India. So you can see, viewers, in the middle there, they're taking on marches for a terrorist who actually said that he will ensure that Kashmir is split from our country. The balkanization he was committed to publicly. Bharat Mata should be cancelled, but Nasrallah should be pride of place, given pride of place. The duplicity is unmistakable, a selective outrage that champions free expression when it serves their ends, but recoils at symbols that unite, that represent India, its heritage, and viewers, its civilization. At stake is the very idea of national coherence, viewers. Let me tell you this, national unity. And I want to straight away go across to Rajneel Mukherjee, leader of the left. Akashdeep Saab is here with us. On this particular subject, he might have done his research better. But let me bring in the left leader, Rajneel Mukherjee. Mr. Rajneel Mukherjee, in Kerala, you have a situation where Nasrallah is celebrated. That misbegotten terrorist who said that I will ensure that Kashmir wins its freedom from this country. And Bharat Mata's photograph, the picture is removed from a function where the governor was supposed to attend. Mr. Mukherjee, what is going on here? Are you ashamed of Bharat Mata?
Should I answer right now?
Yes, sir, please.
I think there are multiple questions which you have asked. I should answer one by one. The first thing is that, sir, Bharat Mata. What is the Bharat Mata? Our Indian constitution doesn't prescribe of any Bharat Mata. We are governed by the constitution. It's a government program. It's a program which has been organized, and where the chief minister, where the other ministers have gone. And what is the need of keeping that portrait in that event? What is the need? There was no need. We are governed by the constitution. There is nothing as said in the constitution. There is no name such as given as Bharat Mata. We all are the citizens of India. We know that. Particularly, we need not to keep any such things to portray all these stuffs. And what has been done by the Chief Minister of Kerala, he has protested on that, and I'm standing on his point. What he has said is completely correct. The Education Minister has boycotted the event. It was the fact, and for that reason he has boycotted. It was a political vendetta. It was a political setup which has been done. It was the propaganda of the BJP. It was the propaganda of the RSS.
Sir, can I ask you a question? I
Absolutely,
presume
sir.
you're from Bengal, right, sir?
Absolutely.
You live there?
Yes.
Sir,
definitely.
what does Vande Mataram mean?
Sorry?
Vande Mataram.
Does it have any relevance to this?
No, I'm asking you, what does
No,
Vande
no,
Mataram?
no,
There is no religion
no.
in Bharat Mata.
No.
Bharat Mata is the mother of Bharat.
Is there any
No, I'm asking you. See, Vande Mataram, viewers, means what?
Is the left are saying?
Vande Mataram, Dr. Ranganathan, who gave this beautiful anthem, this hymn, Vande Mataram, to this nation. Can you please remind the Bengali gentleman on our show, number one, number two, and who is it eulogizing? What does Vande Mataram... No, 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. Let me ask.
Sir, you can raise your voice, but you have to listen to me.
Okay, sir, tell me.
So you are telling that you need to remind this Bengali gentleman, but the thing is that, sir, we cannot politicize the event.
Who is politicizing, sir? If you sing Vande Mataram tomorrow at an event, is it politicizing the event? 1 minute. Let me just bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Okay, he's saying that by putting the photograph of Bharat Mata at a event that was to be held, an official event that was to be held in this university, you are dragging religion into this equation.
Absolutely.
And we are a secular country. Don't drag religion into our school and classrooms, etc. I mean, look at the irony. But anyhow, yes, Dr. Ranganathan.
Now, as I keep saying, there is no cure for communism. It can only be defeated through herd immunity. Now, throughout its, right from its genesis to whichever country it has destroyed, during the time that communism was espoused by those countries, they have been using iconography of statue of motherland calls. I don't want to ask this communist brother, my comrade, which country was statue of motherland? I don't want to give you the posters of Vietnam, of China, of North Korea, which is personifying their country with mothers. But the moment
Sir,
it comes to India, they have some. Now, I did not interrupt you. My dear comrade, I
Absolutely,
didn't interrupt.
sir. Sir, you
Let's
can
have.
mute. Thank you for calling me comrade.
No,
Thank you.
a couple of points here. I still don't call them anti-national, Rahul, because they love their nation, China. Please understand, during Indo-China War of 1962, the communists forbade setting up of blood donation camps. And one of their tall leaders, Mr. Nandan, who then became the Chief Minister of Kerala, he actually set up a blood donation camp. He was demoted. CPIM, it is on record, Tharoor has said in his book Pax Indica, CPIM was the only party in the world that publicly hailed the Tiananmen Square massacre, where 10,000 people were brutally murdered and rolled under tanks by their country, China. So let us not talk about trying to reform them. They have their own outlook, they have their own thesis, they have their own point of view. The only good thing is that in the years that have followed since their heydays, now even Nota gets 50 times more votes than these guys.
Well, let me tell you, viewers, this is not isolated to just the left. This is not a communist affliction, by the way, this aversion to Bharat Mata. No Congress person has come out and criticized the left, if you've noticed, viewers.
Rahul.
The only ones who are standing up for Bharat Mata are the BJP in the state. And I can't understand it. So just before I bring you in, Mr. Bhandari, let me just bring in the professor. Professor Muni, I would assume that Rahul Gandhi would be very upset, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra would be very upset that Bharat Mata has been cancelled at an event. After all, the song Vande Mataram, which was an anthem of our freedom struggle, and by the way was sung in full even at the Congress sessions back in the day, before independence, viewers, celebrates Bharat Mata. And who is she? She is the personified image of India as a godmother.
See, Rahul
The emphasis on mother, not God, please. But for me, my country is God. Maybe not for you, but that's okay. But I just want to ask you, why isn't the Congress party taking a stand on this issue, sir?
For me, my country is my mother.
Yes.
And I want to tell you one thing is, and it is the unfortunate times we are living, that we have Bharatiya Janata Party who sees everything from a communal angle.
How is this communal?
This case is not communal. This is not about Bharat Mata. This case is all about.
So if it's not about Bharat Mata, then why is the one minute? Why is the person? Why are there protests? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. This is a very important point.
Not listen to answer. How will you understand, sir? Let me give me 30 seconds, and then you counter me. This is all about termination of a registrar. Why he was terminated. Now there is a violation of university protocol and approval procedures in Kerala University, where the event, whichever event which is organized, should be happening with prior permission. This particular event was said to have the prior permission of Department of Political Science. Publicly. Now, the Department of Political Science of Kerala, this university has publicly clarified that they were not informed and this event was not approved by them. As per university rules, all student or public exhibitions must go through official department and administrative clearance. Therefore, the registrar acted to enforce protocol and protect academic integrity and stop the event. And interestingly, he was terminated. Now, why this termination is wrong? Because termination is the most extreme disciplinary action, and Dr. Ranganathan might know that this is a disproportionate punishment. Because of cancelling an event, he given a punishment of termination, whereas this event has to be getting approved by a department. This is not about Bharat Mata's poster. This is about, sir, a termination of registrar, and BJP is making it political.
So why are these banners, viewers? Just look at these banners. This is not the RSS headquarters. If it's not about Bharat Mata, where is the RSS? Where is this RSS coming from? Viewers, look, you can fool the people, all of the time. No, some of the people, all of the time, but not all of the people. One second.
Please quote the registrar that he supports.
One second. Yes.
Allow me.
Yes. No. They are saying no permission is given for this event. You've jumped in to politicize it. The left is also playing
Rahul,
it. Yes.
Rahul. Look at these guys eulogizing mass murderers. Stalin killed 10 million people. Mao killed, I meant Joseph Stalin, not the other Stalin. Mao
get
killed
it.
63
One
million
second.
people.
Let's get to
These
the
are the
num-
people who are worshipping.
Rahul,
Let me
Sir,
bring in
no,
Pradeep
point, sir.
Bhandari. Pradeep Bhandari,
Glad.
yes.
Glad
Respond.
that Jawaharlal Nehru was not an employee of this university. Otherwise, he would also have been, facing the action from the SFI, because Jawaharlal Nehru, in his book Discovery of India, had an entire chapter on Bharat Mata. That is the reality earlier that the Congress party used to have. But the today's Congress does not believe in Bharat Mata, because if you recall Rai Bareli 2023, they stopped the slogans of Bharat Mata and said Sonia Mata. And remember Bikaner West, where Bharat Mata ki Jai was spoken, and the Congress candidate said that we need to stop it and say Sonia Mata ki Jai. What he was speaking about the Constitution of India, Madras High Court on 13th November 2024 said, and I quote, "Honoring Bharat Mata is an expression of love and pride in the motherland." But I do not expect this from SFIs, because these are the individuals who back Tukde Tukde. These are the individuals
Sir,
who
you are
even
the
back
real
Naxalists by
Tukde
taking
Tukde.
out a
Sir,
circular
Sir,
saying
we
that
believe
killing
in this, sir, we
Naxalists
believe
is
in
wrong.
sovereignty,
And these
we
are the
believe in
same
the
people
socialist
under
movement,
whom in CPI,
Sir,
a
we
court
believe
in
in the sovereignty,
Malappuram,
we
they have
believe in
gone
the
up with
socialist movement,
posters as
democratic
"This
movement."
India is
The
not
fact
my
remains, sir.
country." So they are okay with Stalin, who has killed more than 1 million people, but they are not okay with the poster
Sir,
of
you are
Bharat
the
Mata,
real Tukde
which is
again.
the soul of Bharat. Because if you go back before independence, it was Abhinav Tagore who had used this iconic painting of Bharat Mata to represent the Indian freedom
Yeah.
struggle.
Rahul,
If you
please say
go
this.
back further in
Yeah.
1873,
Okay.
it was also used to
Rahul,
represent the
Some
curse.
more facts coming.
The
Rahul, even though Bharat Mata had nothing to do with religion,
Yeah.
the comrade was objecting to it. I want to ask him, here is a leaf out of the Constitution of India about the free speech and the declaration of Article 14, I think it is, on that page.
Yeah.
Here is Lord Rama, Sita and Lakshmana returning to Ayodhya. Now, do you condemn this? Say it, if you have the guts.
Mr.
Hey.
Mukherjee,
Sir,
Ghabrana
could you
nahi,
show
don't
me
be
the picture
scared.
more clearly?
more clearly, he says. Speak more clearly.
Absolutely. No, I'm not saying speak more clearly. I'm telling that show the picture more clearly.
Arey sir, don't you know
Arey bhaiya,
that in the
Ram,
original
Sita,
constitution,
No, what he's showing, absolutely I know.
there you
Absolutely
can see
I know.
Then
I don't have an objection to say that Bharat Mata ki jai. But for that reason, I don't want to put a picture behind me.
Is
and
but
this
you
say
can
Bharat
have it in
Mata
the
ki jai.
constitution.
what
Is
logic
this-
No,
is
there
that?
are
This?
pictures
Sir,
of the in the original
this is
constitution.
completely,
Excuse me, sir.
It's going in a communal threat, sir.
Excuse me,
How
sir.
can
In the
Bharat
original,
Mata
one
be
minute,
communist?
one minute. Now, you see, viewers, this is bizarre.
What is he
Bharat
saying?
Mata belongs to all of us.
Absolutely.
This is not a goddess
Absolutely, we are not,
in
we are not
the
fighting on
classical
that, but
sense
we
of
are
the
fighting
term.
on the portrait
No.
which we have-
One
yeah.
second.
Absolutely.
Viewers, just a minute. This is a depiction of our nation as a mother who nurtures. Now,
So we all love our
for
mothers.
some people, yes.
Rahul, they
Dr.
do not
Ranganath.
believe in one nation. It was PC Joshi, the first General Secretary of the Communist Party of India from 1935 to 47, who wanted India to be divided into 14 regional nationalities.
Listen, don't have to go
Very
into all
simple.
these granular
Very one
details.
second.
No, that is the reality.
I asked the gentleman
Very
from
simple
West
question.
Bengal who wrote the song Vande Mataram. What does Vande Mataram, who does it eulogize? And he was stuttering and stammering.
No, it's a very
Here, you see-
simple.
But I was not
Yeah.
stammering.
It's a very
I was saying that Bharat
Simple
Mata ki
question.
jai,
Dr.
there is not an
Ranganath is
issue.
asking you a simple question.
See, I mean, I respect Rajnilda. It's a very simple question to him. Does he condemn the depiction of Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshmana returning to Ayodhya on the Constitution of India?
Sir,
Does he condemn it, yes or no?
No, sir, I'm not condemning it.
So then, if it's depicted in the constitution, can't it be depicted in? Can't
Sir, it's a
Mother
political,
India be
they are making
depicted?
the event
Can't Mother
political.
India be depicted
Sir,
in
I'm
a
saying
okay
that
in
Hamas
a college?
is not a problem, sir. Sir,
They are
I'm
okay
not
with
saying-
Naxalists and they're not
Absolutely
okay with
not.
Bharat
The
Mata,
person
which
who-
represented the
BJP
Indian unity and
spokesperson
Indian
who said
freedom
that
struggle.
tukre
Okay.
and the first thing
The
is
viewers,
that
viewers, when it
communists are the
comes to
one who have-
mixing,
who have
hang on.
fought
When
for
it
the
comes to
independence.
mixing, one second, sir.
Sir.
When it comes to mixing
Sir, first
religion,
listen to me then.
okay, sir, please speak.
Sir,
Yes.
they are saying that we are the tukre again. Sir, first thing is that the communists are the one who have fought for the independence.
What
Yeah,
does he
one
say?
minute.
What is he saying?
Let him finish. Let him
Sir,
finish.
क्या कह रहे
Savarkar has given
हैं?
the-
Let him
नहीं,
finish.
joke है ये.
It's okay. One second. Just
joke है तो।
one minute. Viewers,
अच्छा, ये
look.
joke है।
Listen, this is a show called Hard Facts, not Hardly Facts. Okay,
No,
if this was a show called Hardly
it's a
Facts.
fact.
No, one
It's a
second. If
fact.
this was a show
You
called
cannot-
Hardly.
you cannot
One
raise
second,
your
sir,
voice
please.
and
Mr.
then you
Mukherjee,
can
let
say
me
that.
please. There are people who listen to this show to take away something. I try and put the facts
Absolutely,
before them.
sir.
I know of a
Absolutely,
few
sir. Sir,
people
then you-
who
sir,
do
then you
tune
are saying
in.
that
They are
communist
preparing
has
for their IS
done nothing.
exams. They get a
Sir,
few
sir,
pointers.
then you are
One
saying
second.
that
Mr.
communists
Mukherjee,
have done
please
nothing
stop
for this-
talking
for
so
this
much.
country.
When you are talking absolute rubbish, I'm sorry to say, the point of the matter, viewer, is this.
Sir, you are talking
These
about-
people
sir,
say
communists
that
have
by
done
showing a
communists
photograph
have
of
done
Bharat
nothing for this
Mata
country.
at a function, you are dragging
It's a political-
religion into politics. Viewers, here is a person that they are celebrating. Let's show those pictures. A man called Hassan Nasrallah. His organization is called the Hezbollah. Viewers, I'm not talking about Hajmola, I'm talking about Hezbollah. Viewers. And viewers, what does the Hezbollah mean? In whose name are they fighting for a cause? If you are going to then, in public, grandstand with the Khomeinais of the world and the leadership of the Hezbollah, who is dragging, viewers, religion into politics? And the irony is that the left calls itself atheist. They are talking about don't bring in religion into the classroom. The first people to oppose the removal of hijabs from classrooms, viewers, are whom? Are whom? Viewers, this is the problem. There are some people in this country who are ashamed of Bharat Mata, the very idea of Bharat Mata. And when someone is pulled up for cancelling Bharat Mata, it irks them.
No, you are wrong here.
Well, sir,
You're
then
wrong.
why are these protests taking
You're wrong
place?
here. I
Okay.
proved you that it
Right.
was an event, it was not related to Bharat Mata.
No,
Sir,
it was.
please.
No, he's factually wrong.
you know,
the
look.
registrar wanted to cancel the event
He's on record. He's on record.
Because it had a Bharat Mata portrait.
He's on record, sir. Please, he's on record saying this, that he did not want.
Has the registrar, give me a quote of the registrar where he says that.
Okay, sir. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you, sir.
Bharat
Please.
Mata, देखो।
I'll show it to you. The point is, okay, sir. आपका हमने Sir,
ये पढ़ के नहीं आया आज आपकी डिबेट में इनको आप थोड़े नोट्स भेज दीजिए
Okay,
WhatsApp
yes,
पे.
one second. The point is, viewers, a person has been suspended. There was a cause of action which has been detailed in the suspension order. He's first of all not been expelled or rusticated. He's just been suspended. Now there are people out on the street saying reinstate him. I leave it to you, viewers. You've heard all sides of this debate. I leave it to you
Here
to
it is
judge.
the registrar claiming that he had revoked the permission. He wanted to do so on the premise because there was a Bharat Mata portrait. It's all about Bharat Mata.
Why are you getting into these meaningless arguments with people who do not come with their hard facts on their
Because
tips?
it's a show of hard
They
facts,
come.
Rahul.
No, there are some people who come here with hardly facts. Okay, so let's give them that credit. They can go on those shows, hardly fact shows, and there are plenty of other channels who do these hardly fact shows where the anchor knows nothing, and they get away with all of this. Viewers, here you're not going to get away. I leave it at this, viewers.
एक 12 नंबर
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
External Affairs Minister S. Shivshankar refutes Trump's India-Pakistan ceasefire claims. He said, and I quote, "Even today, the central factor in relationship between us is India and United States. When I am looking at ties with US, a lot about it is about trade, tech, mobility, defense, and ceasefire was negotiated between DGMOs." External Affairs Minister also slammed the global community's selective approach to terrorism, highlighting how some countries only take strong positions when they themselves are targeted. So this is what External Affairs Minister S. Shivshankar has once again highlighted, that there was no role played by President of United States Donald Trump in the cessation of fire between India and Pakistan. It was Pakistan who called to our DGMO, and then at the level of DGMO, this understanding happened between both the countries. And also importantly, S. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, highlighting this fact that there are certain countries who do not really talk about terrorism. When it comes to them, then they only come out and speak. We have a reaction. Let's listen in.
What we have communicated very clearly is we mean it when we say there is zero tolerance for terrorism. Now, and we also, if you look back at Prime Minister's address to the nation after the cessation of firing on 10th of May, there were some very clear messages which came out of that. So it's really for the terrorist groupings and for their sponsors to absorb and to reflect on those messages. Now, I don't think we are going to spell out if this happens, we will do that. I mean, no government does that. The record of what happened at that time was very clear, and the ceasefire was something which was negotiated between the DGMOs of the two countries. So I will leave it at that.
There you heard India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar saying in no uncertain terms that there was no role United States played in cessation of fire between India and Pakistan. And also the second important point that he raised about the selective approach of the countries on terrorism. My colleague Siddhant Mishra is with us on the phone line. Siddhant, talk us through about these two major statements made by S. Jaishankar, whether about the role of United States between the India and Pakistan secession, and secondly, the selective approach of the countries on terrorism.
Well, Minister Jaishankar was addressing a press conference in Washington, D.C. and in fact, he did take up all the questions from the journalist. And when he was asked about how when it comes to taking position on terrorism, then some countries don't take tough positions when it has not impacted them. So, to which Mr. Jaishankar said very clearly that, in fact, he slammed the global community's selective approach to terrorism, highlighting how some countries only take strong positions when they themselves are targeted. In fact, he also went on to say that as far as India's position on terrorism is concerned, that when terror attacks happen elsewhere outside India, we have largely followed the same position that we have taken when when terror attacks happen in India. So, citing India's example, Jaishankar said that, there may be countries, those who take selective positions when it comes to terror attack, but India's position has always been consistent. Coming to the mediation done by President Trump, etc., when he was asked about it, so he, explained India-US relationship to the media first. He said that even today, the central factor in the relationship between US and India is India and US. When I'm looking at ties with US, a lot is about trade, tech, mobility, defense. He said that we are a big country, we are a populous country, we should have self-confidence even in asking questions. And in fact, last, in a very dignified manner, he said that ceasefire was negotiated between DGMOs, and I will leave it at that. So, again, it's stating India's position as far as understanding this between India and Pakistan, by doing a press conference in Washington. And again, in a very dignified manner, EMS Jaishankar, reminded the Trump administration that the understanding was reached between the DGMOs. Also, Arun, it was asked to Minister Jaishankar that whether this mediation or between India and Pakistan came up during his meeting with Secretary Rubio, to which he said that that issue did not come up. So, it is very clear. In fact, I've been saying it from since yesterday that the U.S. policy for India is largely unchanged. We have been seeing the Trump administration officials, President Trump himself, posing up with Asim Munir and company, inviting him for lunch, etc., etc. There may be some political goals, political objectives which Trump administration want to achieve. But as far as policy level, government level position is concerned, it still remains the same. There is no change at all. In the past, also, United States helped India, Arun, in getting Pakistan-based terror groups designated as UN by United Nations. And in future, also, India hopes for similar, support from United States when it comes to getting TRF and other like-minded groups sanctioned.
And Siddhant, we can see the images of S. Jaishankar meeting Tulsi Gabbard, who's Director of National Intelligence, and also Kash Patel, FBI Director. Talk us through about the importance of these meetings.
Well, that's right. In fact, he was in DC and he did meet Director of National Intelligence.
Our lead tonight is about China and how it is sabotaging iPhone manufacturing in India. This is one of India's biggest manufacturing success stories. 20% of all iPhones in the world are now made in India. By the end of 2026, Apple planned to make India its main supplier for iPhones sold in the United States. China is now trying to derail that progress. We will tell you how. Also in focus, is an India-US trade deal coming in the next 48 hours? Is China backing Elon Musk in his feud with Donald Trump? And speaking